Hi everybody, my name is Brady and I'm a 19th century American historian, and we are back with another React video, and today we're going to be doing more salmonella. This video has nothing to do with history, but I thought it would be interesting because deformities, anybody can have them, and if this is a case where we're talking about deformities that I might have, these are things maybe I have and have taken for granted, never really noticed, never really thought too much about because it's my body and maybe I never asked the right question at the right time. So it seems like a really good topic for a salmonella type video, and it seems like a really fun thing for pretty much anybody to check out. So I'm very excited to get started with this. So let's get it started.
Hey kids, guess what? You could be a freak of nature and not even know it. Yep, not every deformity is visible to the untrained eye. Today, we're going to talk about a few physical defects that you, the listener, might have. First is situs inversus. So situs inversus is when a person is born with some or all of their organs mirrored along the vertical axis. This can range from a heart that's on the right instead of the left to the entire body cavity being flipped around. The condition is pretty rare, affecting about 1 in every 10,000 people. According to Wikipedia, plenty of people live their lives with this condition without knowing about it. Considering that even little kids know that their heart is supposed to be on the left, I find this a little hard to believe.
Yeah, I find it very difficult to believe that somebody could go their whole life, especially if it's the heart. He says that it could be the heart on the other side or everything on the other side. If there's any other nuance to it, if perhaps you have some of the stuff down here that's inverted, I don't know if I would know the difference. I don't know most of my organs or even like where they are or anything like that. As far as biology goes, I don't think I'm all that good with that sort of stuff. But the heart, you can feel that. Anybody could feel that. And at some point in your life, assuming you visited a doctor, somebody's had to examine that. And if they check for your heart and it's not in the right place or it's a little bit off, that's definitely something that's going to be explored a little bit further. So if there is a case of somebody not knowing this stuff, they probably have to have never visited a doctor, which it eliminates a lot of potential people there. And then they would have never had to like feel their chest for where their heart is, which there's so much meaning behind the heart that kids are often taught where the heart is. If you just feel your chest, you feel that little bump and a bump and a bump. That's weird. That is very weird.
But who
Wikipedia is wrong sometimes, so I'm not gonna buy into that.
knows? At any rate, the first doctor visit where you find all this out sure would be interesting. Whoa, I think your testicles are on backwards. What? Hold on. Maybe I'm just holding them weird. Let me just... no, yeah, they're definitely on backwards. I don't follow. It's not that hard a concept. The left one's on the right and the right one's on the left. That's all. Oh, okay.
Is that a thing?
Does that mean anything? Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to be the guy with the backwards nutsack, but...
This is one of those questions that... this is kind of taking on the natural follow-up question. Is the body going to be seriously impacted by having everything moved around a little bit, or is everything just in a different spot and that's all it is? That's weird. That is really weird. I don't know what that could possibly mean. The human body, sometimes it feels like the most resilient thing, but then there's like one thing slightly off and it just explodes. I don't know where this falls. If it says on the Wikipedia, which I kind of doubt that part, but if it says that people can live their lives without noticing it, you would assume that they're kind of just going about their business and it's not really affecting them that much. They wouldn't have had to get checked out or whatever. But that's still kind of strange that they could not know that.
But that's just me. What do you mean? Just, Kind of weird, isn't it? What is weird about it? How are they different? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Is it dangerous? Look, I'm a doctor, not a cosmetologist, alright?
Yeah.
Next is bell clapper deformity. This is a condition that affects 1 out of every 125 males. So in a normal nutsack, the nuts are anchored to the sac in a certain way that limits their mobility. But if you have bell clapper deformity, this anchor isn't present, meaning your nads are free to swing around much more independently than normal. Being that we, as males, don't often compare our scrotal dynamics with other men, most people aren't aware of their deformity, at least not at first. However, having free-floating testes comes with a significantly higher chance of suffering from testicular torsion, which is where your sperm tube gets all twisted around as a result of rigorous exercise or other mechanical means.
So this is a question that I have kind of had. I've always wondered, like, okay, they're just like hanging from a string, right? Like, what's keeping them from getting like twisted or whatever, or like getting tangled or all that? And so I guess I've learned something here, and that this is kind of what would happen if this sort of restraining mechanism was not there. Okay, that's kind of horrifying. The second he started bringing this up, I was thinking, like, so what, do they like clack together a whole bunch? Is that the problem? Does it hurt? But no, this is far more severe than I originally anticipated.
This condition is extremely painful and oftentimes requires a visit to the hospital in order to prevent that nut from literally dying from hypoxia. Wait a minute, these aren't on backwards, they're just all twisted up. What?
Oh, this
Fix
poor guy.
them? Yeah, I'm trying. Try harder. Hey, you ever try to untangle a pair of earbuds through a plastic bag? This is like that except sweatier. Cut me some slack, alright? Don't get your balls in a twist. More of a twist. Next is the accessory spleen. So most of us have at least heard of this spleen. For those of you that don't know a lot about it, basically it's a softball-sized organ right around here that helps out your bloodstream and immune system. But apparently, 1 out of every 10 people have not 1, but 2 spleens. Sadly, the second spleen isn't another full-sized organ, but rather a little enclosed ball of spleen tissue about the size of a peanut M&M. Since it is self-enclosed, it's technically considered another organ. But because of its small size, it's not all that beneficial to have one or anything. It's just kind of there. Hey, I haven't...
So this is the type of thing that I could imagine, like, you could go your life without noticing this, especially if, given its size, it really is not all that effective. Oh, that's so weird. I first of all, I didn't even know where the spleen was, and now the idea that there could be, like, an extension of it, like, it makes me think of my innards too much, and that makes me feel a little bit weird. Wait, what does the spleen do? Did he say? I feel stupid for asking, but I'm going back anyway.
So most of us have at least heard of this spleen. For those of you that don't know a lot about it, basically it's a softball-sized organ right around here that helps out your bloodstream and immune system. But apparently...
Bloodstream and immune system, there we go. That's all I needed. Anything else would be too complicated for me.
Hey, I haven't seen you around before. Are you new on campus? Oh... yeah, I just got here a couple days ago. Well, hey man, welcome to UCLA. If you want, I can... Wrangle Rock. What is that? It's a good show. Oh, that's Toby. He's my accessory. Do you listen to The Offspring? Is it talking to me? Do you listen to The Offspring? Well, I mean, I used to when I was younger, not so much nowadays. Well, you're gonna go far, kid. I'm gonna go now. Do you think he got the reference? Yeah, Toby, I'm sure he did. Finally, we have fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. The only reason I'm including this one is because of something that happened in health class during my freshman year of high school. Our teacher was telling us all about how you should never drink during pregnancy. She also said that between 2 and 5% of people in the United States have some form of FASD. Then she goes, looking around the room, I do see a couple people that have the distinguishing facial features. Not gonna name names, of course. And then she just continued on with her lesson as if she didn't just drop a huge bombshell on all of us. So needless to say, this scared the shit out of me. Cause although I consider myself a little bit on the intellectual side, for all I know, I could have been lined up to be the next Einstein, and then my would-be genius brain just got Jaeger bombed into a merely above average one. As soon as I got home, I pulled up a chart that showed all the distinguishing facial features features for FASD and compared it in the mirror. Thankfully, my philtrum was distinct and my upper lip was plump, so I'm in the clear as I know now. Statistically speaking though, there's a good chance that at least a few of the moms of the people watching this video are not the angels that they make themselves out to be. So, you know, food for thought. It really is a curse, though, learning about this chart here, because the features are subtle enough that those who are affected still look normal to the average person. But once you're on the lookout for them, next thing you know...
Okay, small head. Okay, I'm in the clear. I'm good. Got a huge noggin. Low nasal bridge. Flat mid-face. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good on this one. My mom really wanted to have me. Like, they tried really hard. So I'd imagine she was quite careful during pregnancy. I'd assume that's a common thing when it's parents who have to, like, try really hard to make it happen. So, I'm good. I got a big head.
You're on Facebook, your friend posted pictures of her kid. All the comments are like, oh my god, he's so cute, what a perfect little guy.
Oh no.
And you're the only person there who knows otherwise. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Sam and Nella, and thank you for watching.
I have so much trouble buying that his teacher would actually say that. Oh my god. Like, I hope part of me almost hopes it's true, because, like, that's really, really funny, but it's also totally effed up. That one I found very interesting. A lot of these, it wouldn't really make a difference to me if I found out. I was expecting some stuff that was, that... I guess this is one of those cases where we're talking about deformities that you could miss, so I guess it really wouldn't make a difference in my life if I found out, unless there was some sort of a huge downside. Like, you don't notice it for a while, but then the downside just kind of kicks in. But overall, it seems like I am clear on most of these things as far as I can tell. I feel like I've had my innards scanned in various places, so they probably would have found out if I had any of these conditions. But yeah, that was fun. Definitely outside of what I would normally do, but at this point I'm kind of committed to doing all the Salmonella videos. I kind of just want to learn interesting things about people. Every once in a while I'm down with doing videos outside my comfort zone for that very reason, and this was an interesting one. I want to remember that little chart he had. That is actually very interesting, and I'm not gonna just go around profiling people, but that is very interesting because it manifests in the open here. So, like, that's going to be in the back of my mind now. Though I will try my best not to think about it too much, but it's very interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little odd for me, but a lot of fun. If you liked it, hit that like button. Let me know if there are any other Salmonella videos you want me to check out. I'm going to watch all of them at some point, probably. But if there's one you want me to get to next, pop it down below. I will see you guys next time. Later.